All right. Well, we were talking about the Common Core and my thoughts of it. I think any kind of state-sponsored education is always going to end up failing. Not necessarily because it's that bad, because you have a small number of people dictating to everybody else what's necessary for their kids. I homeschool, so for me, the Common Core is whatever I make it. So it doesn't
It's
really matter.
irrelevant. It doesn't affect.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll teach my kids what I want them to learn. But for me, I think the Common Core is really dangerous. I think first off, with education system in the United States being as faulty as it is, you have kids that are already going to be leaving substandard. Then you have them leaving substandard with somebody else's ethics, morals, and so forth embedded in their mind, and essentially you're just making a bunch of drones. They're going to push buttons and work the machines for you. But that's really all you're going to get. You're not going to get any free thinkers. You're not going to get anybody who innovates. You're not going to get anybody who actually can be an engineer or be anybody that's actually going to be able to change society instead of just going to be
You're just
a guy.
indoctrinated. You're just indoctrinating them. And my entire issue with this is that the people that dictate the curricula, the Common Core curricula, are unelected. It's done in private. You have absolutely no oversight or control. It removes the community. It removes the family. It removes any type of local oversight or influence.
That's true.
Which is, I think, is very scary.
Yeah, it is. It's really terrifying because you have no idea who they are. You don't know what their political biases are, their leanings, their morals, their ethics, and that's what's going to be taught to your kid while you're at work. They come back, and most parents, unfortunately, nowadays aren't that attached to their kids when it comes to education. They just put them in front of the TV, make dinner, and try to get some relaxation time, not realizing that their kid's being taught something that they might not agree with. But if you're going to be that absent as a parent, I mean, what's it matter anyway? If you don't really care that much about your kid to even find out about their education, I mean, I don't want to say you deserve it, but kid certainly doesn't, but you might.
Hey, I got a question. Do you think they'll ever come after homeschooling?
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, more and more people homeschool every year, but also most states are making it harder and harder. I mean, there are some states like Texas that essentially just say, we don't care, man, just do what you want to do. But there are some states that make it really hard. And the thing is, too, though, it's kind of laughable because they make it hard and they make them take tests, but the tests are the state tests. And if your kid has like 5 brain cells and you've actually taught them, they'll score a grade or 2 levels above what the test is. And so it's almost laughable when they do that. But the problem is if you miss any of those testing times or miss the times with a counselor or whatever, like in Maryland, you have to go see some sort of state rep or whatnot for homeschooling. If you miss your appointment, they can send a truancy officer after you and take your kid. So they make it tough in some states, but then again, in some other states too, it's actually very, very free.
Yeah, that's interesting.